Hi, I'm Ashley, and this is Mia. In this lesson, we will learn all about the object of the preposition. Are you ready? Let's go. You already know that a noun names a person, place, or thing like George Washington, the Potomac River, or a silver dollar. And you also already know that a preposition indicates things like time, place, direction, location, spatial orientation, or the nature of a connection by relating one thing to another. You know, words like in, through, after, and with. Of course, those prepositions don't exist alone in a sentence. They always appear at the beginning of a prepositional phrase, like I was in the kayak and went through the trees after breakfast with my dad. Notice that each prepositional phrase begins with a preposition and ends with a noun. There might be other words in the middle that modify the noun, but a prepositional phrase always begins with a preposition and ends with a noun. Or, of course, it could also end with a pronoun that's taking the place of a noun. That noun or pronoun at the end of the prepositional phrase is called the object of the preposition. It's the thing that's showing a relationship to indicate place, time, direction, spatial orientation, or logical connection. So you know where I was in relation to the kayak, or where I was going in relation to the trees. You know when I went in relation to breakfast, and that I wasn't alone, but was with my dad. Different nouns or pronouns would have shown different relationships. For example, I'm glad I wasn't in the water going through the fog after dark with nobody. That brings us back to George Washington. There's a story that he once threw a silver dollar across the Potomac River. Can you spot the prepositional phrase in this sentence? Yeah, it's across the Potomac River. It begins with the preposition across and ends with the noun Potomac River. That makes Potomac River the object of the preposition. Let's practice finding the object of the preposition in some other sentences. This story about George Washington is not usually in history books. That's because historians think it's a tall tale told about George Washington. Still, the man achieved a lot throughout his life. Can you find the prepositional phrases? First, we have in history books, and the object of the preposition is, you got it, books. In the next sentence, the prepositional phrase is about George Washington, and the object of the preposition, George Washington. And in the last sentence, the prepositional phrase is throughout his life. And you know the object of the preposition is life. Great job. We'll learn about other types of objects as well, but an object is basically a noun or a pronoun that follows a verb, which is different from a subject because subject precedes or comes before the verb. So whether my verb is kayaking, as in I am kayaking on the river, or a throw, like I will throw a coin across it, if I have a prepositional phrase it's going to end with a noun or pronoun, the object of the preposition. So let's review. An object is a noun or pronoun that follows a verb, and the object of the preposition is the noun or pronoun at the end of a prepositional phrase. So, whether or not you believe that George Washington threw a silver dollar across the Potomac River, I hope you've learned a lot about the object of the preposition, and I hope you'll remember to always be clever.
Hey!